Good day, welcome to Merciless Design. In the continuation of our duplex terrace that we're working on. So if you are just joining us, this is how far we have gone. So we created this in the first so you can imagine what you are seeing on the lay is just another lay of for the level 2. So if you say none, everything got to disappear. So if you are joining us for the first time, this is what we do on the very basic everyday. So now what we have here is that is the ground floor plan, the 3-bedroom to be sincere with. So we have closets and every other thing that we have already worked on. So for the every other parts that contain finishing and everything, we're going to come back to that later, but let us do the constructive aspect so that the whole thing will look more realistic and enjoyable. So in this one, there's issue with our the staircase. So let's go there and see something that we have. So go to view. This is how far the staircase looks like. So under the staircase there is a toilet, that is visitor toilet, that we have here. That's going to be here. So that is under the staircase. But during the closing of the whole thing, just start in 3D, you're going to see that these are not close by because there's an issue. So that particular issue, now we want to work on them and work on this particular wall. So I'm starting my design from here so that I will focus my attention very well on what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to his elevation. Let me see whether that will be appropriate for that view to gather itself and work basically. And if it's not, then I have to change my pattern. So here is far away, so I'm going to save clip to soon to fit. Actually, this is the part better view to work it out. So I'm going to say refill the line, so extend the line, then I'm going to work here like this. So what I need now is that I want to cut off this wall so that it suits the position where I want it to be. So I'm going to say edit profile. So edit profile, now I'm going to click it like this because it doesn't go to above the stuff. So what I'm doing now is that I will cut it off from the up. So that's what I'm saying. So I think there's an issue that we need to tackle first. So on the issue, let me go to 3D so that I'll be able to view it in a regular part. So that one is going to retain the wall. I get sense now. So the upper one too is going to have it, but it's not going to cut through the staircase. I'm going to cut stuff like this. So you get what I'm saying now. So that the whole part is not going to be like, see the way it is. So let's go to the list elevation and do what I'm talking about. So what I have here is from here. I'm going to say from this spot, I'm going to go for. So you get. Now on the stair is going to be cut off actually from that position. So it depends on the way and the format still if this one is taken. So that is why this one is a has different kind of meaning to design entirely. So now what we do here is that I'm going to cut this and I make sure that they follow through, because the reason the staircase follow. So that's why I say different design come with different challenges. So you don't just have the same mindset to work on various after the design that come your way. So now you do this one by clicking. So this one is what you see that you might have issue, because why? There's condition that this one is want to be aligned with this. So it doesn't matter, you just need to realign it. So you trim it. All what you just need that those things was not joined together. So you click this one as well. So here when you click finish, so what would this say? They say there is something that you need to focus your attention on, and this is the part. So we need to break this one as well. Break it. Then you do this by clicking, then click again. So do the same thing here. Then you click finish. So you still have issue, which is what? There is closeness to this one. This one is always attracted at particular points. So it doesn't matter, just continue. So how do you do that? You need to raise the bar up a little bit. You may decide to raise the bar, you may decide not to. So but just click like this and drag it up. When you drag it up, you can decide to follow some level of so what you do, just bevel it here. You bevel it that way. is you give that space what's needed. Okay, let's see what we're going to get now. So let's just say click on it and click again. So here's the issue. Okay, so when you click finish, good, this will be giving you what you want, but it's not the accurate. So look at it from 3D and see where the problem is. So in other words, as you have created this, there is something that you need to follow here and need to align. So you need to work on those aspects. And the same thing, this part is not there, the part that we want it to be, because we can be seeing somebody from staircase to going to the toilet. So now you need to close this up and you return it back to the original part where it's supposed to be. So while you do this, you click on say edit the profile. So go back to the west. So at that west now, you need to now redraw what you believe in. So I'm going to do that here. Okay. So I will delete this one so that I don't need it. You get it now. So this one now, you see, return back to this particular position because that is what he has been attracted to. But it does not matter. Just click and still click. So now what I have here is that there are some issues that I need to address based on what I have indicated left. So my journey to this is that I'm going to finish it up in this way. So if I click finish now, if it give me issue, then I have another alternative to work with. So just 3 and 3. Okay, the issue is solved, but not completely because there is still something we need to do at this point. So what is that thing that we need to do? Say edit now. So you need to carry this up to some level. So from here now you draw this line. So if this line come here, it should be heading towards somewhere here. Then you click finish. So it's just a step-by-step training now, completely. So when you look at it from 3D, you should see that that part, you see this has already gone up to meet up with what we need. So you can just little bit reduce it so that you'll be able to accommodate that. So it's not going to be seen from this stair. So I will just do that by selecting, and I will strike down, just like down arrow. We are done with this. So now as we are done with this one, now we just need to close this up with what we need to have. So click and say close, then you close this shut. So it's finished. So now you need to edit the staircase so that it's not going to be seen. I don't want to be seen it. I just want to feel complete work. Edit, then I say edit in place. So click back again, go to this, just click finish. Something is there and that's it. So go to sketch, edit now, double click. So what is the issue? Quick sketch. So you can have the same problem. So you just need to bother, just double click. So all we need now to do is to drag this very stay here. So if there is any issue again that you just as looking at as okay, it's a big problem, just adjust it. So what we have here, say create wrong by sketch. Okay, continue because I have now rectified the boundary aspects. So I'm going to do that here now. So for this, I'm going to work on this one as well. Then I will click finish. So let me hear the English. You can't make a stair. The reason is that those parts are not cut the right part. So here now we like to drag while we later extend this. Now we drag while we later extend this. Understand? So the join part is that those two need to meet at the right point. They need to meet each other. So you just need to click adjust to 50. So it tries whether it will work. If it's not working, then there is a complete issue. So if you are faced with this kind of problem, just delete the parts delete entirely, then draw the first part if it's going to work. So now first of all, check the total distance here. 700 is okay, but not ideal, but it's okay. You can just manage that for a brief period. So what I have to do now is to now store my parts. Draw my parts now. Draw the parts. Draw the parts again. So I'll be able to connect it together. So the same history, the same issue. Can't make a stair. So something is done wrong somewhere. Okay, if that should be the case, you can just like, let's say, okay, don't just let it return back to the original part. So just move it from here now, then move it to this point. So click finish. I think you shouldn't have any issue again. So that aspect is done, but you need now to go and work on this part to finish it up from the sectional aspect. So go to zoom. That's a zoom section. Okay, so this one should give you the confidence on what you have done, whether that thing is not working. So this is the wall. It shows that wall is not well reliable, so just drag it. I think it should be able to stay on this level. So that is our aspect on concerning the stair and adjustments. So the next focus will be on the how to build the elevation, and that's what we want to do here straight up. So we have made all this one known, and basically, so we need to add window and everything, but I'm not going to create the window for now. So what I just need to do is to select. Let's start. So select all this. Select them all. Select. Then what do we do? I'm supposed to choose from the upper floor. Sorry. I'm supposed to choose from the upper floor. So I'm going to say select like that. So from here to here to here to the front side, all the front something, you're going to select them. And you say copy to clipboard. Just let them remain inside clipboard like that. So copy to clipboard. So now I'm going to start elevation for any elevation of your choice. So what you need next to do is to draw this and create another level. So the next level you create will do the magic for you. So now you go to that level 4 and you rename it to level 3 so that you are not going to be confusing yourself when you come in the future. So it's just a level 3. So always come because of the way of my templates on screen. So you don't need to panic. So just come to level 3 and say level 3. All what you need to do now is say come to this. Sorry. Go to modify, then come here and say align to the current view. So it will be here at that level. So now you need to just work on that. Go to 3D and see how far you have. Then all you just need to do is to say remove this one and reduce the height to 2100. That's how far I want it to be as tall as. So I don't want it to be more higher, or I reduce it. So just go to this one and say select all instance in this view. Select all instance in this view, reduce it to 1700. Okay, so delete all the doors because those are things we don't need, so you delete them. You don't need them. So you trace those things out, this one, and you'll be wondering what am I doing with all these things. So I'm going to show you now what I'm doing with this. I'm putting a parapet wall so that we're going to what secure and above the roof. So as I have it now, you go to 3D view and see. So this is how far it goes. So the next thing I need to do now is to quickly work on the roof and create it. So I'm going to say and create. So this is done. Then I will select by line everything that's pertaining to what I'm doing. So you should see there are some other options that are here, but because you have not done anything, most of those things you're supposed to do are not going to be appearing. So I'm just going to make this so that the sketch is done. So you'll be wondering what are those arrow that goes about the whole thing. So those arrow are actually the roof slope, so that I'll define the slope of the roof for you. So we drag this and we push it up, submit everything and say define slope. So there we go. The only thing we want is this particular slope, and you say toggle up. So you reduce this one from here, because if you leave it like this, it's going to be too high. Let me just show you quickly so that you see what I'm talking about. Don't look at I'm doing. So go to 3D and see the way it bends. So it's too high to be used. So what we do now is I will select, and then you come here, just change the slope arrow from here. Let's say just 4. So go down, bend down, and it fixes. So this is how the 3D is made. The condition of what we are doing for now. So this is where we stop on this particular. So in the next episode, we will now work on the second aspect of the opening and start working on the aesthetic follow and make it look more appreciable. So that's for. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial. God bless you.